large portion of this North Brampton neighborhood continues to be roped off with police tape as investigators continue their hunt for a murder suspect. What we know so far is that the victim is a 53-year-old man, and he was located up here on the second floor of this low-rise condo building with fatal stab wounds.
Around 8:30 a.m., my kids and I were getting ready for school, and we heard thumping and screaming upstairs. It sounded like they were playing bowling ball. It was insane.
Melanie and her 2 children live in a unit below the crime scene. She tells me they heard banging and commotion, and shortly after, first responders were pounding on her door.
Paramedics had a hard time just getting to him because all the staircases are closed. You need keys for it. So I did give the paramedics and the police my keys.
Police confirm a man was found on the second floor outside of a unit suffering from stab wounds. CPR was performed and he was rushed to hospital but did not survive.
We do believe that the suspect and victim were familiar with each other, so this is an isolated incident, and we don't believe there to be any further risk to public safety at this location.
At this point, investigators are looking for one suspect, and while no further information has been released, it appears they fled on foot. Our cameras captured evidence markers lining the sidewalk, forming a trail stretching several hundred meters away from the crime scene.
Never thought in a million years like something like this would happen, to be honest.
As for the victim, residents tell us he was an older man, at least in his 50s, who lived here. They described him as quiet and friendly, and Melanie tells me she saw him being wheeled out on a stretcher.
It was terrifying, heartbreaking, nerve-wracking. Just a terrible feeling for everybody, family, friends, neighbors, people who live here.
We understand how unnerving this and something like this would be at 8:30 a.m. and we want to assure everyone that resides in the area that we will be making all investigative efforts to determine the cause of this.
No, officers spent the day canvassing the area. One thing we have noticed is that there are lots of cameras throughout this neighborhood, and Cynthia, investigators are asking residents to check their door cams and their dash cams to see if they may have captured something that can help solve this case.